get out this summer, Dollywood tickets, backyard movie kit, and a popcorn maker. They are going to be gone after tomorrow. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. And that popcorn, I want to talk about that popcorn for a minute. Have you had the popcorn from one of these popcorn makers?
No, I've never had in my life. I'm not bougie. I don't have that kind of stuff.
It is like, what were you going to say?
Like Lizz Riles.
No. We bought ours for a birthday party years ago. But it is just like being at the movie theater and walking up to the front and paying $8, for a little bitty bag of it. But you've got it yourself at your house. It is delicious.
Set it up in the garage.
Yeah.
Start making it in mass production. Sell it to the neighbors
Neighborhood kids.
for extreme amounts of money, like, at other places that that you watch movies.
Yeah, it's like $4 a bag. You're still making money, but it's cheaper than the movie.
Helping you be an entrepreneur. When you win Get Out this summer.
Right.
Dollywood tickets, because you can go to Dollywood with the family, and then the backyard movie kit, and, of course, the bougie popcorn maker.
Yeah, with your side hustle. So,
wow.
Come on. You can still register today and tomorrow. But then it's done for the summer. We got to move on. Here it is. Text outside 800-447-7234. Go to hisradio.com and the My His Radio app.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Lindsay had just moved into this new house with her family, and she and her family had installed like a Ring camera or whatever. And so I guess they were going back and looking at some of the footage, and they realized there were 3 owls that were on the front porch. And you're right. They were saying, who?
That's all they could say to each other was who.
Exactly. So they started watching then the Ring camera, and I guess these owls show up fairly often. And it's kind of cool because they come up to the Ring camera and they're kind of interested in it. At least one is. And I mean, looking straight up in the camera like, who's there? Who's there?
Well, I think you need to preface, too.
What?
The camera's on the ground.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
That it was so low to the ground, but I was thinking maybe they had a couple of different.
Oh, I'm sure they do, because Ring cameras are more than just the doorbell thing.
Right.
We have a camera that we had inside the house that you just put on a tabletop or in a corner on a cabinet or something like that.
In
so
case
I
somebody
think
gets in.
That's what they have on the ground.
Yeah.
So that if there's a porch pirate that comes up, they can see, deliveries and stuff in boxes.
Yeah, and multiple different aspects of that. But at one point, so there's 3 of them. Okay, there's one.
Owls. You're talking about the owls.
3 owls. And one of them is just kind of minding his or her own business, kind of in the back, like, this is a pretty cool porch. But then 2 notice a moth on the ground.
Oh, they're hungry.
Yeah. And so one's like, he's kind of chill. The other one is almost stalking his prey, and he's getting ready to go after it. And the other one swoops up behind him. They get into a little argument or discussion. But it's so cute. Owls they're vicious from what I understand. I've never had an encounter, but they are the cutest things with their big old eyes.
To see on their little Ring camera that they have.
Yeah, they're safely inside away from the owls, but they get to watch it.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Stella's 79. And all of a sudden you hear Stella say this, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Is that a commercial?
It is. It is. She did kind of say that because she literally, kidding aside, she fell in her bathroom. She couldn't get up, and her family was calling her for an hour. It's like, where is she? We cannot get her. So they go to her house, and they're trying to get in. And it turns out that her key is in the door and the deadbolt, and they couldn't do anything. They couldn't. They tried for an hour to get in. So the neighbor kid next to Stella is 7 years old.
Okay.
He comes over, and he sees the commotion that's going on, goes, hey, can I help? And so what he does is he climbs into the house enough where he can open up that door for them and get in.
Cool.
He turns into Spidey without the webs coming out of his hands.
Right. Go, Spidey, go.
Yeah, and was able to climb up, stretch enough to get into that and open the door and allow everybody to get in and get Stella safe.
Well, sometimes, the little preschoolers, well, I guess he's elementary school, but, they are skinny enough and flexible enough that they can do that kind of thing.
He said he turned super stretchy.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was super stretchy, just like Spidey.
Oh, that's cool. That you know what? I bet he gets a Spider-Man costume as part of his maybe reward.
You never know.
Her.
He's going to be saving everybody in the neighborhood.
I love that Stella is doing well today.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
great Facebook message that came into his radio. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew. So it comes from Julia. Julia has a 12-year-old daughter that made her a cake the other day. And you know who inspired this whole thing? Liz Riles and Lizz's Ugly Bakery.
It was so cool to get this message. So her daughter's name is Eleni, and I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Eleni, yeah.
Yeah, so she's 12 years old, and Mom said, so she wanted to do a cake today, like a surprise cake today, all by herself. So she used a box mix, but she made homemade the raspberry jam filling and the frosting. And as she finished it up, she thought it might not be pretty, but it tastes great. That's what Mom said. And she said, and it's delicious. And all I could think was of Liz's Ugly Bakery, and I had to share it with you. So she sent it to me, and she said, thanks for inspiring those of us that, may make some cakes or desserts or whatever. They don't necessarily look great, but they taste delicious. Thanks for inspiring us to keep on.
Look at you go.
I thought it was cool, and she did such a good job. I mean, I didn't get a taste of it.
But she sent pictures on the Facebook message, and they look wonderful.
Yeah, she offered to give me a little taste of it, but she was busy, and I was busy, so it didn't pan out. But we're going to hope to get together.
You could have met at McDonald's parking lot.
We could have, and she could have held the fork out with just a bite, and I just, take it and go.
And you could have ate on the run.
I could have done
that. What? Kind of either feels like an episode of Cops, or you're doing a Facebook marketplace transaction.
Exactly, right?
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Yeah, we are looking for those pictures from the first day of school, because we know that some kids are already back in school.
For the past 2 weeks, kids have been going back to school. So it's like the first day of school, it seems like every single day. And we're starting to get some pictures in at 800-447-7234.
Yeah, and they are just the cutest because, on the first day of school, everybody wants to look their very best, a first impression. It's kind of where we teach our kids, here's where you make your first impressions,
Yeah. Well, at least mom and dad
Well, yeah, but the kids also
get that kicked off.
Because the kids, are like, I need new tennis shoes for the first day of school.
Well, it depends on how happy they are, too, because there's some pictures, quite honestly, my kids, first day of school, they don't look happy.
Sure.
Seriously, they don't.
Well, I think it's the older they get, because the little kids, the pre-K and the kindergarten, they smiles, the little snaggletooth smiles that I absolutely love, where they've started losing their little front teeth. But yeah, if you get in middle school and high school, they start not wanting to smile so much.
So that's the first day of school for them. Then I start thinking about the stuff that you did for the first time. Get your first car, get your first house, get your first whatever. I remember my first guitar that I ever got.
What was it?
It was an Ibanez. I bought it from a pawn shop, and I led worship with it back in the 80s and early 90s.
Did you?
Yeah.
And so
I still have it today. It's hanging up in my studio.
Not to be too nosy, but how much did you spend on it?
Oh, it was under $100. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a lot of money when I was on the streets.
But man, how special is it to you now? It's priceless. You wouldn't part with it for the world.
Probably not.
Yeah. Unless somebody offered you a bunch of money, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think it's worth anything.
Yeah, but to you it is.
Yeah.
But our first house that Joey and I bought, I will always have, we still take a drive by it every now and then.
Do you really?
Yeah, because, I love the neighborhood and I love the people that are there. But
that's why she moved.
Well, no, we just needed more room. But the boys, when the boys were born, that's where we brought them as infants, and just we have so many memories of them playing in the backyard. And I didn't grow up with a house of our own. We moved a lot. And so that we spent so many great years there. It just has a very fond place in my heart.
Oh, buy it back.
Maybe one day when we downsize, we might go back to that neighborhood because I really like it.
You should be able to afford it. They'll sell it to you what you sold it to them for.
No, they will not, because I just checked it online and it's up there. And
I bet.
I was like, what happened?
800-447-7234. You can join the conversation.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
Amy sent in the first day of school pic that she wanted to share with us, and it's her son. His name's Landon, and he is now a freshman in high school, and it's where you start not wanting to smile for your pictures. Good-looking kid did not smile.
Yeah, of course. It's the first day of school.
Exactly.
You smile on the last day of school.
Sometimes.
You're
Teenagers
happy.
now don't want to smile at all in pictures.
Oh, no.
At least boys don't.
That just naturally happens.
Exactly.
Last day of school, I'm out of here. You take the picture when they don't know it. Dylan is here at 800-447-7234. You say it's your first bike, Dylan?
It was kind of fancy looking. It was it had these real long forks on them, and it was definitely different than any bike I've ever owned my whole life. It was something else. Once I got that, I was riding that. That's all I needed. I don't know what that was so long ago, but yeah, when I got that thing, I was like, I want to show it off to everybody.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
So when you go through by a marble slab, you might want to step in and try this new flavor that I think you're really going to like. It's Rob and Liz on His Radio.
I'm thinking you step in and you go, ugh. Nope, I'm not trying it. This is Marble Slab Creamery, and
Can I say this? You should just give it a shot.
You should give it a shot.
Don't shoot. No, I can't eat the ice cream.
Oh, convenient.
No, it's not convenient. It's just fact. When the doctor says, Dempsey, you got to lose weight, you don't touch ice cream.
Well, you can have that little
But
tiny spoon.
I can live vicariously through others. And so I'll live
Not me.
vicariously through you. I think Liz should really try this.
I think
Because it looks like it's a
no.
really delicious treat, especially when you mix these two items together.
I don't even like one of the items at all. Like
Ice
at
cream?
all. No, I like ice cream. It doesn't like me, but the other one,
You don't like Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
I don't.
Especially when you sprinkle it on ice cream? Like at Marble Slab? Come on.
And at Marble Slab, if I'm not mistaken, like they literally take the cream, the ice cream, and they put it on
A
is it
marble
piece
slab.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
then they mix the mix-ins in, like
They
the,
roll it in and stuff.
Yeah, the gummy bears and the
Yeah.
chocolate chips or whatever. So what they're doing is, I guess they're chopping up the Cheetos, the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and they're mixing it inside the sweet cream ice cream.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You should try it.
They're going to be soggy, first of all, and I don't like soggy chips. I don't know anybody that likes soggy
Oh, it'll
chips.
still be crunchy because they're flaming hot.
The Flamin' Hot makes them crunchy?
Yeah.
I thought it just made
Yeah,
them
you got to
Flamin'
eat it
Hot.
quickly because it'll melt.
Well, you got to eat
They're
it
flamin'
quickly
hot.
because it's going to be soggy.
They're
But
flaming hot. They're going to melt. You got to eat quick.
wait. I just realized Flamin' Hot, and if it's with ice cream, that kind of quells the Flamin' Hot part of it, right?
Sure.
Just like when you eat jalapenos,
oh,
you're supposed to chase
yeah.
it with milk.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that why they did it?
Sure.
I see how they got there now.
Yeah.
I don't know why they
So you
went
should
there.
try it.
No, you should try it.
No, I can't.
Tiny little
The
spoon.
doctor said Dempsey has to lose weight.
will
I'm
call-
not touching the ice cream, but you can do it.
I will call your doctor and say, can
He'll
he just
say,
have-"
"Do you want Dempsey to survive?
and I'll say, yes,
do you want
I
him to
do."
unclog his arteries?
I
He
do.
cannot have flaming
Yes, he
hot ice cream or any
can.
kind of ice cream. Come on. You don't want me around anymore.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
And Disney shut down their annual passes for a time. They just opened them back up.
Oh, that's good.
So for people who like to get the annual pass, now they can get the annual pass. I have some friends who used to do that all the time because they used to go down to Orlando and do all the theme parks all the time. So since they were down there a lot, they get the passes to go.
Well, if you look at a day ticket, how much is a day ticket now? Over $100.
$850
You know what? You
for
may,
half a day.
you may think you're exaggerating, but knowing Disney, maybe not.
It kind of sounds like it, right?
Yeah, so the annual pass probably would if you lived in that area or were just a fanatic about
Oh,
going to
people will
Disney.
go and visit. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
so-
somebody in my neighborhood that has them.
that has an annual pass?
Yeah, well, they had the last one. They were talking about at the pool the other day. It's like, boy, we wish we could have got them this year.
Oh, my.
And now they open them back up, and
So they can.
So they can if they wanted to.
Huh. Well, I mean, I would not do it here. I just wouldn't. We haven't been to Disney in like 10 years probably.
Oh, there's been some change.
Yeah, a little bit. Some new rides maybe. I think Space Mountain's still there, right, at Disney World? I don't
Really?
know.
It's still there. It's
Is
a
it-
staple.
Okay, so that's the only roller coaster that I actually.
That's not a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's kind of lame. It's the first one they've ever
It's
had.
in the dark.
Yeah.
No, that's not lame.
Oh no, there's not a lot. There's no upside down.
And that's okay.
Yeah, no.
But I like that one. I do like that one. So,
Yeah.
I still wouldn't buy an
Doesn't-
annual pass though.
Doesn't qualify for a roller coaster.
That is not true.
Yeah, it does.
That is not true. That is a roller coaster.
Let's around the room. Okay, we're gonna check with our producers. TJ, Space Mountain roller coaster or not?
I have no idea. I don't even know what Space Mountain is.
Okay, well, he hasn't
Thanks
lived.
for the input.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
I do like watching some of the events at the Olympic Games. They've been pretty cool. I really like baseball was playing last night, basketball. It was the U.S. men in Australia, and of course the U.S. men's team won. They're going to the finals now.
Good.
But I've always thought, because I'm not an athlete, I like to play games. I like to get out and play Frisbee and things like that. Never would I have the drive or the ability to be in the Olympic Games as an athlete.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going. So what would you do that should be in the Olympics that you could gold in?
So either karaoke singing, which I don't think that would work. But anyway.
I don't see that in the Olympics, although it would be a fun side thing.
Oh, it really would. But I think a board game, I could probably bring home the gold in. Or like a card game, like Phase 10.
Phase what?
Phase 10. I think the people that made Uno, which I also am really good at, I think they're the ones that came up with Phase 10. I like both.
Never heard of it.
You've never heard of Phase 10?
Not Phase 10. I know Uno. I don't know this Phase 10 thing.
Phase 10 is so much fun. Like everybody's playing at the same time, but they could be on different levels, or different phases, I guess I should say. So it can be somewhat
It's like
confusing.
a phase of life?
Maybe so.
Okay, no, that would be a no.
No.
She's guessing.
No, because there's like phase 1, you have to get a certain amount of cards or a certain way, and then phase 2 is something
It's got nothing to be
completely
a phase of
different.
life. It's just a phase of cards.
I don't know, yeah. So I think those two games, I could gold medal in those.
Anybody else play this? TJ, Jake, have you guys played this game?
No.
You've never played Phase 10?
They probably have you heard of
I'm a
it?
beast at Uno, though.
Are you a beast at Uno?
I am.
You're taking silver. I'm sorry.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
He just called me out. Did he just call me out?
Jake just did the throwdown. Oh, man.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
And while not everybody has the time to be an Olympian athlete and have the training time to do what you do to be in the Olympics, what if they opened it up more, like to board games or something like that? Because Liz said she would just throw it down with the Phase 10 and bring home the gold. I never heard of Phase 10, but it's an Uno thing, evidently.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the same people that did Uno. I think we should do that. And then I got called out by Jake, one of our producers, that he would best me in Uno. And so Gene thinks that we need to have the Uno Olympics.
Have a little competition?
Yeah.
Boy, that would be riveting every morning to listen to, wouldn't it? Oh, my.
I know, but we could do it. I love it. Janet said we play Phase 10, and it's great. They play on their Sunday school retreats, and it gets very competitive. Sometimes it can get pretty lengthy. And then she said, do you know how to play it Yahtzee style?
What? You could play Uno Yahtzee style?
No, Phase 10.
Phase 10 Yahtzee style?
Yahtzee style. And so I'm asking to get how you do that. And we might try to play it on vacation because I think it seems very involved.
She's going to Alabama with her family, so
Right,
that
and-
does sound like a lot of fun to do in the
Yeah,
evening.
and there's going to be like 10 of us. I think it'd be perfect.
Okay, so evidently Elizabeth at 800-447-7234 is into this whole Phase 10 thing.
You have to remember the different phases, though, on each hand, and you when you finally finish Phase 10, and everybody's not on the same level. Everybody doesn't phase out each hand.
Oh, so you phase out Phase 10. So it's a 10-level thing,
That's what
and
we
you
called
phase
it.
out. So who do you play this with?
I used to play with my husband. Now we're both working. It's too busy. We like Skip-Bo, too. Skip-Bo's another one.
I love Skip-Bo.
I've never heard of this one.
There's a skip card inside of Uno, and it kind of it springboarded from that. So it's Skip-Bo.
They're both fun.
You must have played a lot of it while you were quarantined.
I was never quarantined because I drive for Lyft, so I was essential.
Oh, I'm so glad that you helped out like that, get people to get around.
And we were busy. That's for sure.
Rob and Liz, his morning crew.
So Hillary's here at 800-447-7234. How does this game work, Mexican Train?
It's a domino game that you can play with a large group of people. It's just fabulous. It's a fun game that does have some strategy, and you just never know who's going to win the game. It's really a fun family game.
Who introduced you to the Mexican Train?
Well, my sister-in-law found it, and so we started playing it with her, and so whenever we get together, we do it then.
And how many people can play all together at one time? What's the biggest group?
I think about 6 people can play. You have little trains where you take turns making a train track, and you kind of build on each other.
This sounds like a 12-hour long game.
It really isn't. But,
Okay, good. If it's longer than Monopoly, I'm out.
Oh, no, I don't play Monopoly. It's too long for me, so no, it's definitely not a Monopoly game.
Look, I have no idea what I'm talking about here.
Rob and Liz. His morning crew.
Beth texted and said they play a card game called Spoons.
Oh, we do that.
I don't know what that is.
We love spoons.
Why is it called
Absolutely
Spoons?
love spoons because you actually have spoons that are on the table.
That's what I was going to ask,
Yeah.
if you have spoons.
Yeah, and so you have an odd number. Say there's an even number of people. You
Okay.
have less spoons that are who's on the table with
Okay.
you. And then if you all get like the same card or something like that, then you got to go and grab the spoon. And then the person who doesn't get a spoon is out.
So
you
it's
go all the
card-
way to the end.
It's card game and a physical game at the same time.
Exactly.
Ooh.
You've got to be very sharp.
I've got 2 teenage boys. That's
Really,
okay?
really, really sharp. Oh, you'll win.
Okay.
You'll
Okay. Nobody's
absolutely
hurting each
win.
other. All right.
Kristi's here at 800-447-7234. What's the game, Kristi?
I just wanted to tell you our favorite game around the table is Monopoly Deal. It's like Monopoly, but played with cards, super fast, super competitive, and super fun. And it's just a deck of cards that you buy. You can buy them at any box store. $5, lots of fun. You get 3 sets of properties, and you win the game.
How many people play this game with you at a time?
We have 4 that play around our table. So you could play 5. The more people you play, the longer it takes. So I think 4 is a good number.
So I need to cut people
4 is
out
a
of my
good number.
family then.
Try 5. See if it takes too long, then cut it back to 4. Maybe team up.
That's a good idea.
God bless you all. Thanks for what you're doing, making my drive enjoyable.
Oh, thanks, Kristi.
That's
That
so
means
sweet.
so much. You're so sweet.
That is so sweet.
And I
Thank
love
you.
your game. I want to try it
I
because
think I want to.
Kristi, like you, I don't have all this time to play Monopoly, the normal game. Give me 5 minutes and I'm done.